All right, let us see whether I'm audible to people. Good evening. Someone hasn't changed the content of the stream. It's not a Friday slip stream with the dearest hubby. It's a traditional stream on Sundays with moi, the other part of the studio. So yes, let me know if anything is audible. Music too loud, music too soft. You don't like my hair color? Yeah, well then tough luck, then you need to go find another streamer. You know, the usual works. Dee isn't really feeling it today. So I take over. I never said I was going to vanish completely, but you know, once in a while me lovely mug will appear on lots of things. What was I planning to do? I got asked to sketch some turtles. I've transferred them on the paper here, but they got sketched into my big book of horrors. It's like, you know, ginormous. It's like, you know, literally the length of my arm. It's an A3 size, I think. Let me just check. This is A4, twice A4. It's an A3 size. And this is the one that I usually pick up. It's a cheap one. But whenever I get a commission request in or I'm dropping shit. Or a request to just sketch something, I start doodling in this one. And whatever gets doodled here, some doodles are good, some doodles are shit, some doodles are just ideas. This is like, you know, ideas that I had for a commission for a dog, memorial portrait, I think. Studies for grasses and whatnot and herbs. You know, this is like a sketchbook as it should be. You see lots of on TikTok people going like, oh my god, I have this sketchbook and it looks from A to, you know, from cover to cover, like filled with smashing art, and I go like, that is not a sketchbook, that is an art book. A sketchbook contains empty pages and pages with things that will never lead anywhere, and things that aren't worked out and things that are worked out in detail and whatnot. So yes. So this little baby I got somewhere quite cheap, and I always usually use these ones for my initial ideas for sketches. I need to go for turtles and tortoises. So I have done several studies on turtles. Like this one, a head. This one is a very much like rubber band, you know, head. I had made this one, I made that one. I wasn't really happy with them, but they were warm-up sketches, you know. And then I put this one. And the person who asked for the stuff actually liked this one, but this one is a turtle and not a tortoise, and I wasn't certain whether it needed to be a turtle or a tortoise. This is a tortoise, this is a turtle, and I went like, I like both of the ideas. They needed to have helmets and spears, so what did I do? I joined them together on this page. I couldn't find my light box, so I had to go old school with tracing paper, because then I can play with composition a bit better. And I realized that I put it too far to this side, which is okay still, despite everything. It's just a little bit annoying. But this is the sketch the final sketch I'm going to send to the person who requested the thing. And yeah, we'll see. If they like it, I will transfer it to, no glasses for this one, to aquarelle paper, and the aquarelle paper will then turn into, hola, signed, and then the aquarelle paper will then turn into the final piece, is the idea. That said, let's, you know, define the lines so you can see what I actually have sketched on here. And I'm going to work it up a bit, because the idea is that it's going to be cutesy. Turtles and a turtle and a tortoise, not a terrapin. You need to keep it a bit. And yes, I'm one of those freaks of nature who knows the difference between the two and will randomly point it out to people. That's not a turtle, that's it. Well, all terrapins and all tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises and terrapins. Stress at work isn't helping with feeling better. I should avoid stress, but my manager doesn't really seem to understand that concept. It comes and goes because it's hormonal based. Makes it a bit difficult to anticipate what will trigger it and what not. And I have a quite big bunch of hormones I'm taking as well, so my body is going like, it's either full on party, or it's agony. There is no in between. But it kind of makes it so that specific things are put on the back burner a bit. We made errors. Maybe I should just skip to a normal pencil instead. But we're getting somewhere. Last time it was getting a confirmation that cysts and stuff are shrinking as well, which is good. That's why we're doing it. But yeah. Endometriosis sucks balls. That's okay. I've been having this one for so long that it kind of becomes part of the daily life. The only thing that's not part of the daily life is the joys of a manager who doesn't seem to understand that stress is stress, no matter how you wrap it. And like dropping things in my lap on Wednesday with the notion like, this one needs to be finished by Monday, isn't really helping. But yes. I have a good support network at home, and I have a good support network with my colleagues. And I have stopped feeling guilty whenever I fall, whenever I'm, out for whatever happens. So how are you doing? Beyond ratting us out to the Inquisition, you bitch. You might or might not have You can always send back, Tasha. I have the squeak plushie myself as well, and I also still have the the recall squig from a couple of years ago, the one that they were like, oh my god, it's not safe for young children, you know, please return it to the store. And I was like, no, I paid for this one. I have no young children. If my teenagers choke on this one, then, you know, Darwin Award. Sorry, no, I'm not sending this one back. The idea is to, on this sketch paper, maybe not the position on the paper, because that one I can change, but get the full line art done and the concept down today, and then I can figure out colors and more. They will both be carrying a spear or a lance. Maybe one a spear, one a lance, I'm not certain yet. Ooh, a hobby fair, nice. At the Antwerp Expo. And you know, just, you know, cook and do some laundry. I will just be your background noise. Completely fine with that one. I'm the mum of teens, I'm used to being background noise. Up until they need something. Ooh, Hasselt. That's a fair bit to drive. I think last time we were there we visited the Japanese gardens, which are lovely, don't get me wrong. But it's a bit of a bit to drive. I can understand why people consider Limburg, that part of Belgium, a vacation area, because it is, you know, to Belgian standards, a fair distance. Ah, that is nice. Almost getting the basic lines, and then I can start pimping it up. Right. Draw on some spears. just check my phone quickly because my dearest hubby took the dogs out. Right. I went like a couple of weeks ago, like I don't need another hobby. And yes, I am setting up the garage for glass work, stained glass. I want to do lamp work as well, but I'm thinking I can start with stained glass and work my way up to actual flamers and burners in chisel. So they're holding a spear. I'm thinking to maybe make him hold a banner or something and make the other one hold the spear. Actually, I'll give him an add-on spear, a long one, because then I can play some with the things above. That sounds so wrong. If you take those things out of context, everything in this stream is dubious. It wouldn't be the first time, to be quite honest. Everything's innuendo if you make an effort. Or not make an effort, it becomes natural by now. I have friends who went to do a glass blowing workshop, and I've done one a couple of years ago as well, and I can never ever keep a straight face because the part from the kiln, well, it's not called, I think it's called a kiln as well, where you remove the hot glass from is called a glory hole. And every time that one got mentioned, like, yes, just please return to the glory hole and, you know, put the stick in, I just, you know, I was trying to be an adult, I failed. Am I proud of myself? Not really. Am I ashamed of myself? Yeah, not really neither. But yeah. And if you then take the workshop in a language that's not English, it's forbidden glory hole, because I wouldn't recommend using it for other purposes. Well, you can once maybe, but that's gonna be it. I think I might have to put a bit more distance between them, but I'm going to just send this one as a concept anyway. Not for the meat sticks, no. But you know that there are some dudes who have thought about it. I'm like, you know, most likely quite proud about it as well, and you know, because by now none of these things amaze me anymore. No, again, my years working on the ambulance might have not helped with that one either. Because oh my the stupid things men shove meat rockets in is, you would be surprised, or not. So yes, this one looks kinda okay-ish. Almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost. Not fully. So he's a tortoise and he is a turtle. So his shield is gonna be a bit more rough and more defined than let's just get some texture on here. Let's see what it is. That is a thing that moms do. And it's usually a sauce that you just go like, I can't make this one myself. What's your secret ingredient? Tell me. And then you get like a lame answer like, love. No, I must know the secret spices. Yes, with my mom it was usually something very weird. Like, you know, oh, I make rabbit stew. Yes, traditional rabbit stew. Let's put some sheep meat in it. What? That's like, you know, plot twist. I think with my mom it was partially going like, yeah, I'm not sure I want to know. She once had made a as a young child. I loved that one, and I eat almost anything of the animal. I have no qualms about, you know, eating heads or feet or, you know, innards or whatever. But specifically, she had made like a very nice vinegary, creamy sauce that really worked awesome if you would have like a pork chop or something. And I loved that one as a child. And then it turned out that, you know, she made it out of pig brains. It was tasty, but I never got over that one. I think I found my ultimate weak spot, and that was pig brains. I do like his little barbarian helmet that he has. Might move the spear a bit so I can actually see his face better. But We're working this one up and then we can see what we can do more with it. Oh, that is one. A bit silence and contemplation. And I have gotten... Oh, Twitch, thank you letting me know that other people are also streaming. Make some commercial for me, god damn it. Alright. These are two stuffy toys for a very vocal, very sassy little goblin girl. I'm thinking to maybe just give him like some toenails. Because that makes sense for a tortoise because they are them be diggers. Toenails! Right. The other one is not gonna get toenails because it's a sea turtle. I like the idea of giving these, you know, callus patches, but make them look like, you know, knee patches and stuff. Because it is fun. We're having fun with turtles. Well, I'm gonna be completely honest, my original idea was to already have fixed this one, send it to the customer earlier today, and maybe paint it, but yeah, life got in the way. Life in my slightly ADHD brain got in the way, and I started side questing, and then you get weird stuff happening. I'm going to be honest, this one needs to be longer as well, because the spear handle is longer than that one. Well, the handle of the arrowhead, spearhead. Jesus, language, it'd be difficult. It seems like I have a very fun narrative here as well. I don't like to just make it's easy to go like, no, just sketch me this little figurine here or whatever. Sure, I can do that one, but I rather have things that tell a bit of a story, and I think there is a story in here as well. A cute story. A very PG, well, a semi-PG friendly story, because, you know, let's be honest, they're having spears. Need to move a bit. He needs to move a bit here more. The spear needs to move a bit more wonky, or maybe like so. No, outside the helmet, I think. And he needs to move a bit. He's actually in a good position, actually. No, maybe a bit more inwards. No, it isn't. It's it grew spontaneously. But it could be kind of like, you know, I like the idea that, you know, there is a story happening, like the big turtle instructing the little one in like, no, this is how to hold your spear, and, you know, you're doing it well, little one. But the idea was to just make it fun as well. But yeah, it took a while to find a good style that worked for me with this one, because I was looking at old school Disney turtles. I think Snow White has a couple, and Bambi, I think, has a couple of turtles as well. So I looked up the classic sketches for that one, and I didn't really like, per se, the look of those ones. So I started Cuphead them, like making them rubber band, 1920s, 1930s Betty Boop style. But since the other one was really, this is a companion piece to a little penguin I did, and the penguin is very chibi, so thinking that then it's logical to stay in the same style. And you get a little banner on there saying, I think it's called Mr. Turtle and Turtle. I need to look it up, but I can put them in a banner, like I've done for Birdie. Like one of those medieval banner thingies with the, and then I wrote Birdie in Gothic. Because even if it is for children and it is cute, we shall not be complacent with our calligraphy skills. half an hour and I have the basic idea done. Now I need to see what I can tweak more. Always spears or halberds, so those ones can be still changed to whatever. When I'm resketching this one, I'm gonna make the spear lean a bit. So if he moves a bit, centimeter or so to the side. I like that they're close to each other. And if I move the spear that way, it's going to be off behind the nose. I don't like that one. I want it to be. So I'll move it half a centimeter to here. It's going to be easy to do. If I make it lean a bit more than that gesture, like no, it needs to go that direction, makes perfect sense. You can have it leaning or completely stand up, but I like the fact that it's leaning because it's like he's training. Oh, hello. The dogs be running. How much battery do I have? I have 50%. Okay, right. Can take a photo and send it to the client. Ah, Baro, back to them. Alright, I'm getting some input from the client. Well, you're not super far from where Sign lives, so if Sign, hears the Baro, then, Well, no, hold a sec. Yeah, yes and no. Right. Turtle and Turtle Boy. Alright. I think I can work with that one. This is Turtle Boy. I have like a little banner here. Turtle Boy. And Turtle. And Turtle. Turtle. Toodles. Entertain them pooches. I'm just gonna be doing this one for an hour, but this one means that I can look up some medieval banners and how they look proper. I think I like the idea of this one. So I always sketch it, even though I have sketched them separately, I will always put them together on paper first on a separate one, because it's just you encounter always some issues with things. Like the spear position. I can move the arms a bit easier and move that one a bit. That one I can compensate for. So this is where I am so far. In normal, not, you know, bend division. I am. This is a. Oh, sorry. My intense thinking process. It's quite heavy, actually. Do you write? Yes. Okay. I will write down my points of attention. This is gonna be. Let me just take a little writing block. So what are the things I needed to correct here? 1. Spear to the right of right eye. Right. Two is Turtle Boy. Turtle Boy. 1.5 centimeters to the left. That's my second point. Problem is if I move him, how much space do I have actually there? Because I can't move him ad infinitum. 1.5, then the shield ends up here. That needs to be more. And if necessary, I can move the arm higher as well. So he needs to move one. Turtle needs to move not much, I would say 0.5 centimeter. So that the tail thingy here is a bit further away in case you want to put like a passe-partout around it, a little God, I can't remember the English term for it. You know those cardboard frames you have around. Yes, those ones. Then you need to have a bit of, you know, leniency. So turtle 1, let's say 0.5 centimeter, right? Now let's make it a full. One centimeter to the left. The top and bottom positions like maybe spears a bit shorter. About 0.5 centimeter shorter. Right. Fine. It would be fun to do maybe one big banner, but in medieval times it is one big banner, or 2 smaller ones. With individual names. Individual names. Right. I'm thinking maybe to this one is a bit small, but I'm gonna make it a bit rougher. Well, textured will be more. I think this one might be fun to paint with a gradient in. 6 gradient in the. Normally I write these things into the big book of give a shit, but since I'm already here, I might as well. Gradient in the scales of the shield. Maybe. I'm just going to quickly look at a sea turtle for reference to see how the shield carapace It's not a carapace, Dasha. Alright, sea turtle images. Quite smooth, like I thought. Could make the flippers more like this though. Maybe. And he has quite long back flippers, but you know, otherwise it just looks like. And for shits and giggles there should be a third one, which is a terrapin, but she doesn't have that one as well. So yeah, there are options to do with the shield. Since, well, I'm not really gonna go for the classic leather back, but I'll go for this kind, which means technically that I should put the bands up here as well. Well, I don't need to, but maybe. Do you get those teeth-like things? Should I? Maybe, maybe not. Now we're just beautifying things, but that's what makes it fun. And frustrating in the creative process. And it doesn't need to be perfect neither, but it needs to just give the right vibe. How do their belly shields look again? Ah, I see, I have made an error. Because the belly shields on the sea turtle look a whole lot different. The ones on the let me just see what I have a good image of a belly. Sea turtle belly. Belly. Get in my belly. Now that is a fun one. It makes it the distinction between one being a tortoise and the other one being a sea turtle. All the bigger, which is good. You have the big line in the middle. Ugh, Jesus. Cough, cough. Allergic to sea turtles. That's not good. This one looks. Enjoying the spaghetti. I'm getting cravings for spaghetti. Although my eldest had made a very lovely Thai green curry. Which was also nice. Oh yeah. Our previous cat, a ginger one, he went full mafioso for pasta strings. Oh my god. Hello, Red. I'm literally going to log out in 5 minutes, so but welcome anyway. Now I'm exaggerating the belly shield here a lot, but I think when painting it's going to be more well, you know, too much pasta is lunch for the coming week, no? Or a very happy cat. Red, I'm gonna send you a message a bit later, because I'm going to have to call around for the gas thingy anyway, because they no longer do deliveries directly to private persons. But I've got an entire list of people to call, so I'll do that one tomorrow for you. And I will send you a message as well. Let me just see. But it was Sunday today, and not much is open on Sunday because this is Belgium. Well, it's one of the things the new government wants to kick out. The obligatory day of closing. Which is sad because that's what makes small companies, you know, if they remove them on, big companies can deal with the added cost of wage and stuff, and smaller companies can't. But yeah. Alright. I think I'm gonna leave it with this one. I will put the final one. I'm gonna resketch it once more and then start painting it, and I will put the final painted one will be either up on Bragi's brush or on the Discord. Oh, I'm so sorry. I need to eat something. I'm really drained of energy. And yes, after the client has seen it, of course. And then I will leave you to it for today. My brain is getting sluggish. Brain not working. So for all of you who have to work, thank you. Travaturi te salutant, I think it's or something. Those who are about to work, salute you. Stay sane. It's only 5 days till the next weekend. And I will be seeing peeps around. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday evening. Bye bye.